Hello everyone, we are Jiyeon Amy Seo, Hajin Lim, Bongwon Seo, and Joonhwan Lee. Today I'm going to present our paper, I've Been There, They've Been Together, exploring how Telepresence Robots facilitate long-distance family communication. Nowadays, many families live apart due to various reasons such as education, employment, marriage, or independence. This physical separation often challenges family in maintaining a sense of togetherness and connection. To overcome these challenges, family often use CMC tools to stay connected and keep in touch. However, these tools may only partially mediate social presence, the sense of being together. To address the limitation of current SIMS tool in mediating social presence, Telepresence Robots may offer new possibility for enhancing long-distance family communication. Through our physical presence and ability to control movement and proximity, Telepresence Robots mediated communication tools holds the great potential to foster strong connection and evoke a sense of presence among distant family members. Here is an example of how our participants interacted via telepresence robot in their local home, where local families engage with their remote family member through the use of the telepresence robot. Therefore, we have three research goals. The first one is investigating the use of telepresence robot for long-distance family communication within a home space. Second, exploring the opportunity and challenges of telepresence robot for family communication. And third, presenting design guideline for improving telepresence robot as family communication tool. We conducted an in situ qualitative study by employing double-two telepresence robot in home of 8 local families for 2 weeks to gain a deeper understanding of the family communication behavior among geographically separated family members. We collected or recorded video of their family interaction and conducted about an hour and a half long pre and post interviews, including idea sketch session with both local and remote family member. We encouraged most of our family member to participate in interview. Each participating family assessed the application, which is called Double, used the provided research account ID and password, enabling us to monitor usage, frequency, and connection duration. Therefore, we found that our participants used the robot about 5 times during 2 weeks, and each session lasted an average of 29.66 minutes. Moreover, through the thematic analysis using recorded video data and interview data, we categorize the participants' use of telepresence robot for interaction with distant family member into 5 communication behavior categories. So first of all, our participants engaged in a multi-party family communication using the robot. They recognized the telepresence robot as a practical alternative to conventional video conferencing tools in facilitating remote family communication. Initially, they primarily used the robot for stationary one-on-one conversation, parking it into close proximity. The telepresence robot was used to engage in a focused conversation with specific family member. Usually, remote family member who control the robot approach the local family members they wanted to talk with and park the robot near them. During this stationary conversation, we observed that local family members enjoyed the comfort of having physical autonomy, and especially their hands. They did not hold the device but could see their hands freely to express themselves with the gestures. As participating family became familiar with using the robot, they used a mobility feature more actively to explore the remote environment and interact with multiple family members. They found that local and remote family members experienced a different type of autonomy in conversing with mobility. Remote family members felt that autonomy of movement, allowing them to navigate it to desired location and engage in a conversation with specific family members. On the other hand, we observed that local family members could multitask while conversing with the remote family member. Further, the mobility of the robot also helped the local family members understand the intention of their remote family member more clearly, such as where they want to see or they want to talk with. Participants viewed the telepresence robot as an advanced alternative to video call, but also noted that the need for intuitive interface and quick setup processing. While controller liked the autonomy movement, they sometimes found it difficult to focus on the conversation because they had to continuously manage the robot movement using a keypad while conversing or moving between spaces. As remote participants gained autonomy of movement, they started to explore their home. This exploration allowing them to reconnect with their home spaces and nostalgic family memories. This exploration helped them deepen their understanding of their living spaces and foster a stronger sense of connection and belonging to their home and family. Moreover, some remote family members had been away from their home for a long time and could not visit due to the COVID-19 pandemic. As a result, for in case when the local family's home was renovated or relocated, Telepresence Service gave remote family member a chance to tour their family new home or renovated spaces. However, some controllers reported challenges when exploring home with a more diverse layout and object. Our participants shared the difficulty of encountering obstacle and limitation when navigating narrow spaces. Therefore, they specifically suggested improvement like adding pools designed for navigating two-story houses, implementing obstacle avoidance technology to move around the furniture and decoration, and improving manual maneuverability in tight spaces. So the next hour, participants use a telepresence server to restore their daily family routine. Using local families' physical autonomy and remote families' mobility autonomy, they could facilitate synchronous family interaction and restore family routines as if they were living together. Families interacted in the various spaces of the home, particularly in communal areas like a living room and kitchen, which served as a common gathering spots for both local and remote family members. Remote family members also participate in everyday activity like a mealtime and housework in the kitchen. This allowed them to participate in a conversation, offer help, and stay connected with the family members' daily lives. Our participants also restored the shared activity in a more diverse space, such as a front door, hallway, bedroom, and dressing room. Various, various family rituals and routines took place throughout the entire room. However, there are only a few privacy concerns reported with regard to the use and access of telepresence service. Our remote family also used the telepresence service to participate in a family event and celebrate a special occasion. They noted that the service gave them more opportunity to participate in various family activities, create a strong sense of telepresence. Some participants felt there were several areas for improvement in a fully restoring the however restoring the family routine through the telepresence service. First, some participants shared some challenges in initiating and setting up the pace. While most families had a minimal privacy concern among the family members, they were more concerned about the security from the external threats. Moreover, as we can see in this idea sketch, they said a multi-remote family engagement presented a challenge. Some also posited that displaying contextual information on the system screen, such as local time and weather. Finally, they also suggested potential for additional features that could add extra value to a home environment. As a fourth category, as telepresence server facilitated synchronous immediate interaction, some families use telepresence server as a support tool to provide practical and emotional assistance. Some participants assisted elderly parents or pregnant daughter who needed immediate support. We also found our participants establishing strong emotional connection through the nonverbal interaction like a haptic feedback and facial expressions in family interaction. However, this participant also shares some suggestions regarding the current appearance of telepresence service as a support tool. When it came to emotional support and information, they were dissatisfied with the rigid and mechanical robotic form that lacked the human quality. Therefore, as you can see in this idea sketch, they suggested adding more human-like and customized feature that would enable the robot to better emulate human body features. Moreover, in terms of physical capability, many participants suggested adding hands and arms to robot bodies, which would allow for more nuanced interaction and practical assistance. They also wanted adjustable height option to accommodate interaction with babies and pets, the ability to control the robot head angle to emulate bowing and nodding. As a final category, As our participants adapted to telepresence mediated communication, they gained an in-depth understanding of the local functionalities and improved their control skills. Therefore, this led some families to use the lover for more intensive physical activity. In particular, we observed that interaction with kids and pets exhibited more physical interaction, dynamic movement than those with other family members. However, this participant also faces some challenges with the lower mediate limited battery capacity as this issue became more prominent during physically active activities that require more frequent movement. They showed instances where the lower ran out the battery while engaging in a joint physical activity. Therefore, in this study, we investigated how telepresence facilitated long-distance family communication within a domestic environment and found the potential of telepresence to facilitate more immersive, natural, and dynamic family interaction and use as an advanced family SIMS tool. Moreover, we underscore the different sense of agency and presence experienced by remote and local families. For local family members, direct interaction with the robot provide a tangible presentation of their remote family member, fostering a profound sense of social presence, feeling of being together with their remote family members. On the other hand, remote family side, the autonomy movement led them to having more immersive and dynamic family interaction in their local home by allowing them to move to where they wanted to go and engage in family activity. This feature fostered their sense of telepresence, the sense of being there in their local family environment. Furthermore, our participants reported minimal privacy concerns. This finding was likely influenced by the placement of the telepresence lover in their parents' home site while being controlled by the children. Moreover, our finding implied that parents' local home was not just viewed as a parent's living space, but also as a communal area with shared memories and history. Therefore, privacy concerns in the context of telepresence survey use could vary based on generational viewpoints and the specific location of the robot's employment. Additionally, there was some challenges posed by the fact that most telepresence lovers were not permanently designed for family communication purposes. Therefore, we proposed 6 design implications. The first, facilitating flexible control of movement. Second, simplifying the initiation process for daily use. Third, supporting multi-remote user scenarios. Fourth, considering the versatility of telepresence software. Fifth, improving user interface for multi-generational family interaction. The final one is strengthening human-like appearance and functions. So this highlights way to enhance the utility of telepresence software as family communication tools. Here is the end of my presentation, and thank you so much for listening to my presentation.